Hey guys, Chris here, and today's lesson we're going to review the correct use of the phrase used to, brought to you by Gamelish. Let's cover the objectives of our lesson. Number one, usage. We're going to talk about the past habits, states, or activities that are no longer true in the present. Two, form. So we need to review affirmative and negative statements and questions. Three, we're going to compare the use of used in simple past and the use of the phrase used to. So let's begin. Let's cover that the meaning and usage. Like I already told you, we use this phrase to talk about habits, states, and activities that were true in the past, but now that no longer happens. So there's a contrast between the past and the present. So let's look at those three examples that we have here. Johnny used to be really skinny, now he's buffed. I used to be fluent at French. Back in the day, he used to go out every Saturday. So what I need you guys to do now is to pause the video and match the examples with the usage. So we want to know, what are we talking about? Are we talking about a habit? Are we talking about state? Or are we talking about an activity? So go ahead, pause it. I'll wait for you like 5 seconds. So let's check your answers. So the first sentence, he used to be skinny, now he's buff, like he has muscles. So that's going to be a past state, if I'm not mistaken. Great. So I used to be fluent at French. That means that right now I cannot speak French that well, and that's going to be an activity in the past. And finally, back in the day, he used to go out on Saturdays. Now, that's going to be a past habit that is no longer true. Probably because he's too old now. Now, let's talk about the form of the phrase used to in positive, negative statements and questions. So what I want you guys to do is to pause the video for 5 seconds and read the examples. Also, notice what comes after the phrase used to. In the positive statement, in the negative statement, and in the questions. What comes after and also what comes before the phrase. Alright, go ahead, pause it. So now that you guys read about it, let's talk about the structure. So if you guys notice, we have in positive statements, we have our subject followed by our phrase used to. Then, this is really important, we always have a verb in the base form right after the phrase used to. In negative statements, it doesn't change, but we do have to make sure that we use used to in the negative form, like past simple. And for that, we use didn't and use in base form also. For questions, again, it's just like any question in past simple, so we're going to need the use of the auxiliary did. Like, did I used to, followed by a verb, like here. Did I used to drink? Did she used to be that angry? Did you used to play there? Now, before we finish, let's talk about the use of the past simple of the verb use, like I'm using my cell phone, and the phrase used to. The first sentence, she used me. So what we need to do is that we need to decide, okay, is that just a verb used in past or the phrase used to? Now, if you notice, she used me, there is no verb in base form after used. Also, there is no to. So that means that it's just a past simple version of the verb used. Now, I'll give you guys, like, again, 5 seconds, pause the video and try to match the sentences with their use. All right, cool. So let's do a quick check to see how you guys did. Next sentence. Yeah, she used to love. That's pretty obvious. Used to, something that happened in the past, but I'm sorry to say that she doesn't love you anymore. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you did something wrong. Next sentence. We didn't used to work out in the morning. Again, it's a change in the past. It's a habit that now you do. All right, so now you work out in the morning. So that is used to. Next sentence. Did you use your credit card? Notice that there is no verb in base form after use or before the word credit card. So that's going to be just a past simple use of use. Did he used to sing? Go ahead. It's pretty obvious. Again, he used to sing. You have a verb in base form followed by used to. So it's a habit in the past or an activity in the past. So that's why we use the phrase used to. And the last one, I didn't use my calculator for the exam. As you can see, there is no verb after use, and you're actually referring to the use of an object in the past. So it's just past simple of use. Well, guys, that's it for today's lesson. I hope this helped you a lot. And if you want to learn more about English in general and practice with us, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly updates. Take care.